Falling in and out of love, in and out of love with you. Falling in and out of love, in and out of love with you. Falling in and out of love.
Yo, welcome back to another video. It's your bae. Today we're doing episode 2 of trying to be a matchmaker and trying to figure out what fights are next for these fighters. Leave a like, subscribe and all that, and let's get into it. There weren't many finishes on this card, but every fight was good and a new contender emerged from the main event. So let's start there. Rob Font versus the loser of Corey Sandhagen versus TJ Dillashaw. Rob really emerged as a true bantamweight contender and his decision went over Cody Garbrand. In my predictions video I wrote Font off and I really thought Cody would knock him out. I was totally wrong. Font used a really good jab and basically pieced Garbrand up for 5 rounds. He also showed a great chin. I would not normally use this sort of matchmaking and pick someone to fight a loser of an upcoming fight, but I feel like Sandhagen and Dillashaw is a clear number 1 contender fight, especially if Sandhagen wins. The UFC rankings have Font at 3 with only Sandhagen and Yan above him, and I think Yan might wait for a rematch with the champion. Because of Aljo being out, Rob Font could fight the winner of Sandhagen and Dillashaw, but the more likely is he will fight the loser. Cody Garbrand versus Dominic Cruz 2. Cody really didn't look as good as I thought he would. He looked tentative and really struggled getting past Font's jab. I think a weight class drop could be on the cards as there are reports that he only weighs around 145 pounds. And of course he was slated to fight Figueiredo for the flyweight strap. However, Figueiredo is booked to defense against Moreno, and outside of a championship fight there really ain't any other options at 125 that I think would excite Cody. So I think a rematch with Dominic Cruz is the best option. Obviously they have fought already. The first fight was one of the best performances I've seen in a championship fight, Cody's best performance. Cruz is getting on a bit but did look fantastic against a surging Casey Kenny, would be a great pay-per-view co-main or a main card opener. Carlos Esparza versus Rose Namajunas 2. I said in my predictions video that I saw Esparza vs Yan as a clear number 1 contenders fight, and with the statement that Carla made when she stopped Yan in the second, there ain't no doubt that a championship fight awaits Esparza. I said that I always write Esparza off and I did again, so this will be the last time I ever count her out. Jared Vandeira versus Marcus Rogerio de Lima. Another guy I thought was going to lose, Jared Vandeira, fought for adversity to win a decision of 50 Gs against Justin Taffer. Vandeira is now 1-1 in the UFC. Another guy who's 1-1 in their last 2 is Marcus Rogerio de Lima. De Lima looked great against Mauricio and same at the UFC. This is a fun matchup. Norma Dumont versus Julia Avila. Again, my prediction was very wrong. Shake that one, man. Norma stated that she wanted to move back to 135 and if she gets her weight on points it could be a real problem. I personally think 145 is a perfect weight class because he seems to have much superior speed, which is the difference against Spencer. At 145 there really aren't any options, which we'll speak more about in a sec, so at 135 Julia Avila would be a good fight. Julia is coming off a loss to Sijara Eubanks but is much better than what she showed in that fight. Should be a good fight to propel Norma into the bantamweight ranking. Felicia Spencer versus Danielle Wolf. It really does show how shallow the featherweight division is that Felicia's only option is a woman that is 1-0 and yet to make a debut. Danielle was a Golden Gloves and a multi-time national champion boxer, but Felicia Spencer should be too much. There are 2 options for Felicia Spencer, Bellator or Danielle Wolf. Jack Hermansson versus Luke Rockhold. Very hard first round for Jack, got Loki punched up on the feet, but round 2 and 3 was complete domination. Vicious ground and pound was so close to stopping Edmund on multiple occasions. I was thinking a winner of Brunson vs Till were the perfect matchup. Of course he was booked to fight Till and stylistically the Brunson fight is very interesting. But then I remember the guy looking to make a return, Luke Rockhold. Light heavyweight was never going to work, and after getting his jaw broken by Jan Blachowicz, I thought that was going to be it for Luke. Being a former champion and apparently getting turned down by a lot of the ranked guys, his return will garner a lot of interest. Hermansson will look to spoil the party for Luke Rockhold. Edmund Charbesian versus Kevin Holland. Another tough night at the office for Edmund. He had nothing to give from the bottom and took a bad beating. There were positives to take from this defeat though. He looked fantastic in round 1 with great hands and even better movement. He has a glaring weakness though, which is takedown defense and being able to get out from the bottom. To be fair to him though, he was given 2 nightmare matchups for his style, Derek Brunson and Jack Hermansson. Another super fun watch with the same weakness is Kevin Trailblazer Holland. Personally in my top 5 favourite fights to watch. Kevin was wrestle-fucked for nearly 50 minutes, so I guess he's going to welcome this matchup with open arms. Edmund would also love this matchup. It would be a striking fan's wet dream and a match made in heaven. Bruno Silva versus Matthias Nicola. Can I just say I called this, man?
Ain't no cap in my rap.
Bruno Silva is a problem, man. Won the few 125ers with true 1-punch KO power. Now it's time for a step up. Matthias Nicolau is that step up. Nicolau is coming off a win his return to UFC against a super highly touted Manel Cap. He also has wins over Lewis Smoker and John Moraga. Any fight with Bruno Silva is a banger, and Nicolau will push him to his absolute limit. And here are the rest of the fights on the card to make. Yan Xiaonan vs Nina Nunes, Justin Taffer vs Dontel Miz, Ricardo Ramos vs Jared Gordon, Bill Algeo vs Douglas Andrade, Ben Rothwell versus Alexander Romanov, Court McGee versus Rocco Martin, Joshua Kulaba versus TJ Brown, David Dvorak versus Kai Kara France will reboot the fight with Raulin Paiva, and then Damir Ashmagulov versus Nasrat Hakparas. So that's the fights I would make. Leave a comment down below if I'm out of my mind, like I always say. Most of these predictions I got wrong, but we'll go over that when I do my next predictions video. Leave a like, subscribe, I think turn that bell on and all that. Yeah, sweet man, have a nice day and that.